showcase that has a bit of history is coming to Northwest Arkansas. They're bringing back the tradition of the Northwest Arkansas Gridiron Show. Joining us now with more, we've got Michelle, Charlie, Rusty, everybody. The whole gang's here. Thank you for being here. Great to see you.
Thanks, Jason.
Absolutely. So for folks who are unfamiliar, what is Gridiron?
Well, the Gridiron Show tradition goes back 150 yees, but essentially it is a show that sort of pokes fun at local politics, local current events, local happenings. And our show's been going for about 40 years.
Wow.
And so we're bringing it back this weekend.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So did it take a hiatus, or is this is the year?
Well, there was a hiatus in the middle from that 40-year period, but we've been back. This is our 20th consecutive show. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So with this year's upcoming show, it's focused on local stuff. When do you start writing it? When do you start writing the material?
We usually start writing almost immediately after
The last
show. But of course, stuff that happened in November and December is sort of old by the time we get to the fall, the next fall.
Got to keep it fresh.
Yeah,
Right.
and so sometime in July we start getting together and really going through what we want to use for the next show.
Yeah, that's so important. Yeah. Well, what can you tell us about this show without giving too much away?
Well, it's important not to give too much away because, we want people to come to the show and be surprised. But we cover a lot of different topics. There's a sketch on the presidential election. There's a sketch on happenings in Fayetteville, downtown development, things like that. There's
all the traffic.
That's it, yeah. There's a...
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
No, sorry, yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah. We have 2 sketches about Razorback sports.
Okay.
One about football, one about basketball. And those are both done with parody songs, which I'm really looking forward to. I think the audience is really going to enjoy those shows, or those sketches. So those kinds of things. Some state government, just local happenings around the area.
When you say songs, did you work with singer-songwriters to write these? Did you write them yourselves and put music to it? What was that collaboration like?
So they're parody songs. We take popular music and rewrite lyrics.
Like the Weird Al treatment.
Yes, exactly, precisely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not as funny, certainly not as polished, but yes, that's exactly how we do it.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, what all are you doing for this show? Michelle, I know you're the stage manager,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes. So I just help coordinate a lot of the things, especially backstage.
Yeah.
So when I'm opening and closing the curtain, for instance, but then also making sure everyone for each skit is ready to go.
You're wrangling those actors.
Exactly, right in the dark, usually.
Yes, I know.
So,
I don't think
yeah.
stage managers need a shout out. Stage managers everywhere because
Here's to
they
you.
do so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's to you. What about you, Rusty? What are you doing?
Well, I'm the director of the show, so I kind of block the stage, block the actors on the stage and that sort of thing. And I'm also in a couple of the sketches, so play a couple of different characters. I play Butch Wilmore, one of the stranded astronauts on the space station. And then just I'm a random Razorback fan, and I do play former President Trump in one sketch.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Something to look forward to. What about you, Charlie? What do you play?
This year I tried to stay as much behind the scenes because I knew we had a bigger cast than usual. B, there's a lot of stuff that happens backstage. But one of the roles I've taken on, several years ago, we did a sketch with George Carlin doing the famous seven dirty words.
The words you can't
Yeah,
say.
yeah, and in ours case, it was the CDC had issued some phrases they would prefer their doctors not to
Not
use.
to say, yeah.
So with that in mind, we decided to do something with Bob Newhart this year, and so
nice.
I'll be jumping in and trying to bring him back to life.
Channel that energy, man. What a great guy we lost. And I can see it already in my mind. How great that would be. So give us some details on when and where it's happening.
So it is Friday, October 11, Saturday, October 12 at the Medium.
Okay.
So formerly the Art Center of the Ozarks. Years ago in the 90s, the Gridiron was at the old ACO.
Right.
So we're excited to be back on that stage.
Yeah.
Well, new stage, but
New stage, but old stage, kind of bringing it back.
Bring it home.
Bring it home to its roots. Because it's kind of traveled around. It was at APT for several years, I feel like. So this is an exciting opportunity. Yeah. Anything else you want to say to our viewing audience to kind of push them over the edge to have them go buy those tickets to see you out there?
Well, it's a really funny show. The writing, I think, is really strong this year. The cast is made up of all amateurs, but we've worked really hard in rehearsal to bring these sketches to life, and I think everybody can find something to laugh at in the show. and if not, we do have beverages available.
That will help it go
Liquid
down
laughter.
smooth.
I would
That's
say
right.
also that this is a show that raises money for
Yes.
journalism scholarships.
That's
And
right.
So if you're just wanting to do something good with your money, this puts more journalists out on the path.
And we need those. We need more journalists. Thank you all for joining us and filling us in. It's going to be a great, great weekend, great show.